My name is Joanna Malec. I was born in 1983 in Rzeszów in southeast Poland. I live now in Krakow in Poland. Okay, so yeah, when I see now my interest in unity, and when I see how important it is for me personally and in the church, I see that I went a long way. The reason why is because I grew up in a very Catholic surrounding, and till 17 I've never met a Protestant. Another reason is that in Catholic Church I was happy, and I met Jesus there, and I felt that my faith is growing. So I've never was frustrated about my church, even though of course I've seen many dark places and sins. But I was kind of curious teenager, so I read a lot, and in some point a lot about other religions and about other Christian streams. And even though at that point I never met anybody from other Christian stream, I was really touched to know that there are people who believe in Jesus, but we are not together. And especially the story of Martin Luther was really strong for me. I remember thinking, oh, I'm kind of same temperament, and if I would live in the same time, I would be probably in the same amount angry at the church authorities and the state of church. And I felt like, oh, it's such a terrible moment in the history of the church, and I felt really pain because of this division which happens at the beginning of Reformation. And yeah, and then real people appeared. So first was the meeting at Teze New Year meeting in Budapest, and it was kind of interesting because there were 2 Lutherans in my small group, and during first day of sharing and talking about different things about faith, we didn't realize that we are from different religions, from different denominations. And second day we started to discuss something, and then we were like, oh, so why do you say that? And we are like, oh, you are probably Catholic. I'm like, oh, so that's ecumenical meeting. Oh yeah, we are not all. And but after a few minutes, we agreed on some like theological issue, and we were thinking, why our churches are not in unity? We can understand each other so well. And then more and more opportunities came when I could pray with people, and I started to feel really that we are so united in the Lord. And more the divisions start to cause pain in my heart. The real breakthrough happened when I decided 2.5 years ago go to Austria, to the house which was dedicated to work for Christian unity. And there I started to meet more people from really all streams, and I started to more and more realize how unity is important for the Lord, how deeply that's His desire, that's the thing what He prayed for just before He died for us. And yeah, and it just came to the center of my life, and now I know that that's the thing which I would like to live for, and what I want to pray for. And yeah, it's also very exciting to see what the Lord is doing in this area. So for me, one of the most painful experience of division in the body of Christ is not being able to celebrate together Last Supper, and especially we as a Catholic, we shouldn't receive communion in other churches, and our brothers and sisters cannot receive communion during our celebration, during Eucharist, and it's always very painful experience. So a few times when, especially a few months ago, I had one moment when we were at the ecumenical meeting, and one priest and Lutheran pastor, they decided to celebrate Last Supper in one room, but separately. But then that in one room we can receive the body and blood of Christ. So it was very moving, because we did everything what was possible to be together, but in the same time seeing very similar liturgies. It was such a big pain. But the most touching moment was when we received body and blood of Christ from our priest. But then we felt really that it's not enough, that it's like we go to one table and we disrespect somehow, or we don't honor another table on which the same things happen. And so we felt as a Catholics that we have to go and ask for blessing. At least that's all what we can do. So we ask for blessing. Every person came and asked for blessing of this pastor, and then other Christians and also Messianic Jews were with us. They went to the priest and asked for blessing, and seeing at the end both of them, Catholic priest and Lutheran pastor, blessing each other and seeing our joy, but still this pain of not being able to share it more. That was very strong. And another connected with Wittenberg, last year it was a moment when each stream got a small pearl as a symbol of a gift from the Lord to our streams, and we had a time to discuss what is our pearl from the Lord in our stream, in our church. And then we, in the groups, we present and we shared with the rest what is our gift. And then they blessed this gift, but we also we expressed the willing to serve the whole body of Christ with this gift. And then we put all of our pearls were in one glass container. And yeah, that was something special, because like respecting and seeing gifts of each other. And it was a really beautiful moment. That's the worst question. Most difficult. So when I think about reconciliation in the body of Christ, I think the most important thing is the words which came to my mind are respect, and also helping each other to find the place which the Lord prepared for us, and to allow each other to be who we should be and where we are called by the Lord. Probably that's why I like this thing about pearls and gifts, because it shows that each of the stream has a special gift to the whole body of Christ. And when we see that and when we honor that, we honor the Lord, and it can bring the harmony which He planned for us.